Hello, everybody. I haven't been on Periscope in so long. I just wanted to just take this opportunity just to talk to you about a subject called fear. Millions of people struggle in this area. They are afraid to do so many things. But today, I want to talk to you about becoming a fear terminator. Yes, I said it. It's time to terminate fear. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it's that time. God said in his word, which I love, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Power, love, and a sound mind. What's a sound mind? A sound mind is when a sound mind is when you know, like you know that you know, then when you feel the spirit of fear, you know that it is not a gift from God, right? We know that fear is not one of the fruits of the spirit, is it? No. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's a counterfeit. It's a fake out. It ain't real. It ain't true. It ain't about that life for real. Fear is the enemy of faith. God has given us faith. Faith pleases God. And when we are doing what God called us to do, God is like, you better go ahead with your bad self. God is like, I'm so proud. You're making me famous. I love it. I love every bit of faith. You understand what I'm saying? Do you know that fear is not a gift from God? Fear is actually paralyzing. When you know that, like if you ever been afraid of something, like have you ever been scared of something and you're in the house and you hear a sound and you're like, it stops you in your tracks. It's like, what was that? Did you hear that? It's like you go and you grab for something like, oh my God, there's somebody in the house. Like you don't want to move. There's no movement in fear, right? But in purpose and in vision, it's constant movement. So you know that it's not of God, right? Not just that, but fear is something that's taught. How is fear taught? I would never be afraid to be in the house, in the basement with the lights off. If I never watched Jason, if I never watched Freddy Krueger, there's so many things I would not be afraid of. Sometimes even the news, like you're watching the news and you're like, I don't want to leave out the house. I'll never forget when the DC sniper was out. I was so afraid to leave my house. I was putting like $2 in my gas tank because I was so afraid, like especially because it was in the PG area, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like people would invite me to stuff, I wouldn't go. Like I was like, the DC sniper, I'm not leaving my house until the DC sniper is like literally, and it was just like so much fear. It was an environment of fear. It was like so many people was like so afraid. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to become a fear terminator. Dun, 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 dun. I know I love sound effects. I wish I had them, so I got to make my own, okay? So number one, overcoming fear is a process. If fear is something that you have struggled with in the past, I want you to, first of all, get a journal, and I want you to document your process of overcoming fear. This is something that I had to do. I think I was maybe 20 years old, and I remember just like really finishing college. I was so afraid. Like fear had gripped me. I didn't know. Everything was really uncertain at that moment in that time. I knew that I was educated and I was excited about, jumping in my career, but it was so much uncertainty, and so many people struggle with fear of failure. I know fear of failure is one of those things that it could get you like, I don't want to move. I don't know. Maybe I should start that business. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know what to do. So what happens is fear will grip you and it will cause you to elongate the process. Yes. So writing things down and giving it a date and a time to finish it. Like, you know what? I want to clean out my garage and I'm going to spend every Saturday this year and I'm going to clean out of my garage. instead of having fear of, oh, I'm never going to finish it, so I'm never going to start it. Like, I'm going to start cleaning out my garage, and what's going to happen is, while I'm cleaning out my garage, it's just going to be overwhelming, and I'm never going to do it. Or I'm going to start this business, and what happens is you start telling people, you get all excited, and then people just plant seeds of fear. Like, why would you start a business? Like, oh my God, why? Why am I starting a business? And why would I, well, this is my favorite one. Why would you quit your job to start a business? Like, how you going to pay your bills? With my business. Like, it's so easy, right? But a lot of times that is not the case. So what happens? It delays you, because as you're going through your journey of business ownership and you hit a little bump in the road, you can hear that person saying, why would you quit your job to start a business? Why not? This is something, if I can go and work hard for someone else and beat the pavement every single day, 9 to 5 for 20 years, I can do the same thing for myself. I can get up early, I can give myself 8 hours a day, and I can make it happen, right? So don't allow fear to steal those things that you know you're supposed to do. You already heard God say it. You already been sanctioned. You've already been ordained. Like, all of those things, you already have it. You have the goods. You have what it takes. So it's your time to just do it. Yes, I love that. People ask me all the time, how are you so successful? I am successful on purpose. Yes, I have a journal. I write down things that I want to do that week. And I have a checklist. And once it's done, I celebrate. I have a little party. Ooh, I did it. Ooh, I did it. And I get excited. And I celebrate the small victories. Because I know success is like a wardrobe. It happens over time, right? You get one good thing and then you put it in the closet and you get something else. Before you know, you have a bomb. You're looking all good. You have a really nice wardrobe. It's the same thing with building your business. You get your business plan and you dance. Oh, I finished my business plan. I'm so excited. I'm having a party. I'm going out to dinner, whatever. You have a good time, right? Then second, you get your business cards, you passing it out, you going to your network events and you excited. I'm going to my networking events. I'm having a good old time, right? And then you may have a bump in the road. And then what happens? You start hearing those voices. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. You're not going to have, everybody's going to laugh at you. And, everybody you told that you were going to have this business and blah, 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 blah. And they're going to laugh. They're going to be like, girl, I told you shouldn't have quit your good government job to start no business. I hear all the time, girl. I hear all the time. Girl, how you survive in a recession and how you do. Girl, I have been an entrepreneur since 2000. Go Kelly, go Kelly. Yes, I've been through so many challenges. I've been through the recession. I've been through government shutdowns. I've had clients call me and say, cancel me for the rest of the year because they are furloughing, honey. Been there, done that, wrote the book, actually wrote 3 books about walking as an entrepreneur and walking it out with faith. Yes, let's get down to business. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen, right? So the evidence of things not seen. So that means that I'm starting this business. I'm starting a business and I haven't even met my people yet, right? So obviously you have to have faith. You have to have faith to imagine people walking in a business that never came into a business. You have to have faith to, why would you get 500 business cards? Because along the journey, you're going to meet 500 people that they need your services, right? You need my services. I got to hook you up. You got to come and see my business. It's so nice. It's laid out. Because when I was painting the walls of my salon, I was pumped up. I was like, they going to love this blue. Oh, my clients going to come in. They going to see this crystal ball. They going to see this new ceiling fan. They going to see these floors. They going to be nice and shiny. And I was shining those floors like, ooh, I thank you that all my clients are coming. And I have a prayer that I pray daily. I pray for my clients. They're coming from the north, the south, the east, and the west. I pray that, those that come in, they don't leave the same. They feel amazing. They feel beautiful. So I have a consciousness of faith, and I have an assurance that every day someone is going to walk in my business and they are not going to leave the same way they left. They came in. That's faith. That's becoming a fear terminator. When you know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to work. When you know without a shadow of a doubt that your customers are walking in the door. When you go into your good government job and you apply for a position and you start dressing like you got your promotion. Yeah. That's walking by faith. When you apply for that position, there's something on the inside of you that you have consciousness that I can do this new job, that I can do this new business. I can do this. I can handle my business. When you apply for your master's program and the spirit of fear comes in to put its little sneaky little face in to tell you that you can't afford to get your master's, that there's so much to do and you don't have the time. And when you tell people, I started my master program, and they turn to you and say, girl, that's a lot of work. I don't know about all that. It's a lot of work, girl. You're going to be up all night writing papers. Yes, I am. That comes with my master's. That comes with school. I'm ready for whatever and have an attitude like I'm ready for whatever. That's when you become a fear terminator. That's when you ready. You locked and loaded and you ready for whatever. I watched the movie Terminator, and I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, he had enough bullets for whatever. He was locked. He was loaded. He had his bulletproof vest on. He had his leather jacket on. He was ready. So we have to get ready. We have to prepare ourselves for the challenge of fear because it creeps in very slowly. I remember when the government shut down and my clients was calling and they were like, about this shutdown. I'm going to need to shut down this book. I'm going to need to not be on your book for a while because I don't know if I'm going to have money. It was an atmosphere of fear. It was like everybody was freaking out. Like, I'm not buying nothing. No, I'm just buying bread and water. That's it. Because I don't know how long it's going to last. And people was really afraid. But those who prepare for it. I remember I met with this lady. She was one of my clients. And I was talking to her. And she says, well, I am prepared for the shutdown. I have my entire salary in the bank. And I have been preparing for that for years. And a lot of times we don't save our money, and we should. A lot of times we live above our means, but that's a whole nother periscope about that. But the atmosphere of fear is sometimes when you're not prepared. Like, it's like, oh my God, I forgot my gun in the car. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Anyway, so sometimes when you don't have something and you're not prepared, you can kind of like, be fearful. You have a pop quiz and you haven't studied. So yeah, I can see you having a little bit of fear, right? I know I would. So we want to prepare ourselves for the battle. We want to make sure that we count the calls and whatever it is that we are doing, so nothing can interrupt our flow in what we're doing, and preparing ourselves for whatever happens. And so second, one of the things that I do to terminate fear is that I speak things into existence. So I make declarations daily so that I am able to command my day. So I'll say things like, I decree and declare, discernment. I decree or declare that I will have everything that I need to not only start a good work, but also be able to finish it in excellence, to finish it with dignity, that I'm not going against my moral compass, and making sure that I'm able to do it pleasing to God. So making sure that I keep a faith atmosphere, because the opposite of fear is faith, right? Making sure that I don't allow the naysayers and the frequencies around me to overtake my faith ears, right? Because you have to keep those faith ears going on a consistent basis. You got to keep something in your ear. You have to make sure that you're not watching too much television. And television is television. So when you're watching TV, you're watching somebody's vision. And if you're watching things that are going to plant seeds of fear, you have to shut it down. So if you're watching things that's going to produce fear, you have to be careful. Because a lot of times when you're watching TV, watching the news, you're watching different shows, a lot of times you're sitting there like, oh my God, I'm not going to have enough money to whatever. Or I'm afraid that something is going to happen to me. Or I'm afraid that, this business is not going to work. And number 3, you want to make sure that you have people in your corner, accountability partners, and people who will just keep you balanced and keep you together. Because there are times where even myself, I've been gripped with fear. Like, oh my God, is this going to actually work? Or like everybody has visitations of fear. Everybody. And if you don't, you're not human. But knowing how to fight against fear, having scriptures as I said earlier, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. So that means that he's given me the power, like over everything that I'm going to go through. So if I'm going through a situation where, something bad has happened, like he's going to give me the power to overcome it. That's the power that God has given us over fear. Love, there's no fear in love. So if you're doing what you love to do, God knows that. He's happy that when we do things that we love to do. God, it's exciting to God when he see us writing books and doing empowering conferences and starting nonprofit organizations, things that make a mark on someone else's life. Like, God is excited. So because you love it and because God is love, you have the power over fear. And let's just get into this whole sound mind. The sound mind means that my mind is sound. My mind is anchored in something. And God said in his word that he who began a good work is faithful to complete it. So that means that in my soundness of mind, I have a clear understanding that God's word is yes. Okay? So having that sound mind, knowing that God himself, the maker of the universe, the person who set the stars in perfect alignment, fathers me. He is my father. This is the person who fathers me, fathers you. He has handpicked you for such a time.
So God's my father.
As a time he has, and my son was just asking, so is God my father? Yes, God is our father. God has handpicked us for such a time as this to carry his word, to carry his whatever it is. If it's marketplace ministry, if you are a baker and you feel that God has called you to bake cakes that bring love and joy to someone else's life, like, go for it. Why not embrace it? If you can cook and you can clean and you have a spirit of organization and you can bring organization to a life of chaos, why not? Go after it. Don't allow fear to, yes, it is. Don't allow fear to get you off course. Because I believe in marketplace ministry. By God, my salon is a pulpit. Women come, they share with me so many different things that they haven't shared with anyone else. And I have this awesome, we have this awesome opportunity to style someone's hair and minister to them on a level where they could, live. I've had people in my chair, I've helped people to make a decision whether to have a child or abort a child or to break up with a boyfriend, to marry someone, just anything. So that's amazing that we have that ability to be able to help someone else, even in a very small way. It may seem like something small, and a lot of times we don't think that we can change someone's life if we're not on the stage and lights and, an arena full of people. No, I believe that the everyday miracles happen in just day-to-day interactions. So embrace the spirit and have a consciousness for faith, because faith is something precious and it's amazing and it's everything. And I have written 3 books, and each one of my books that I have written with a spirit of faith, a spirit of love, a spirit of a sound mind, teaching that we have this amazing power, this amazing energy to produce something amazing. Being in business since 2000, just going through various challenges. I mean, from losing things, losing people, employees, just so many things. And just to see God has kept me through every single challenge, situation, failure, setback, victory. I mean, just everything that I've went through, even in my personal life, just going through different things with having kids, miscarrying, going through the fear that I would not be able to have a healthy pregnancy, to, doctors saying I may not ever have kids, to watching God in his amazing power to birth 2 amazing boys that I am raising in faith, in God's word, and to go through challenges like, dealing with foreclosure and, dealing with, losing businesses and different things that I have encountered on my journey to success, because it's a journey that you don't know what could happen. Like, you think that you plan everything out and everything happens, but that's not the case. Sometimes you have a setback and sometimes you have those failures. But because God is sovereign, he says that even in your loss, you're winning. So even in the different challenges that I face, and I'm able to share them with someone else and give someone a level of hope that I probably would not have been able to share that story or that testimony with someone else, that it could actually help them. So I want to encourage you today that yes, we still win. I just want to encourage you and just take the opportunity to say that no matter what it is that you're going through in this very moment, God is there with you. And even when you think God is absent, God is 100% present. God is right there. He knows. There's times where I look to the sky and I say, God, where are you? Why am I going through this? Like, for real, get me out of here. Get me out of here as soon as possible. And then I read the book of James, and it says that embrace it when you fall into diverse temptation, knowing that this is the testing of your faith, knowing that this is a testing of your faith, knowing that you are going through this for a reason, for somebody else that you may not even know of. Do you know that what you have on the inside of you is connected? We're connected. There's no distance in the spirit realm. So that means that there's a possibility right now that there's someone crying, there's someone that's weeping, and you have their answer. So why do we allow fear to paralyze us, to stop us, to slow us down from doing what God has called us to do? This is our time. This is our season. This is 2016, Sweet 16. This is it. It's the Olympics, and they're giving out gold medals. This is your time to get your medal from God, from doing something crazy amazing for him and just taking it to another level. It's time to turn all the way up for God. It's time to cut all of the foolishness away. We're watching TV day in and day out, not doing those things that we are supposed to be doing. We're spending so much time and energy watching TV, turning up, that we are not becoming a person of excellence, of integrity. You know, it's time out for that. It's time to win, to go to the next level. Yes, I love the whole idea of whipping it in the kitchen and turning up and having a good time and watching all these TV shows and all of that stuff. But right now, it's time to win, to go to the next level. Guess what? God is depending on you. I'm depending on you, your family, and more important, your kids, your generation, your next generation is dependent on you. And while it's great to have really nice things, it really pleases God when the fruits that people talk about when we close our eyes and enter into eternity, nobody is going to care what you wore. Nobody is going to care about what car you drove. Like, your legacy is everything. Like, what did you leave behind? Not what you wore, not what car you rode up in, not how fly you was and you was whipping in the kitchen and with some Gucci shoes. Like, God is not concerned with that. Like, he's like, what are you going to do with the life you have? We all have been given this amazing gift of love, power, and a sound mind. Don't waste it on fear. I'm Coach Kelly, your fear terminator. I hope you would join me in the fear terminating journey and movement, and we go stronger and we go harder for God, and we go after those things that God has already anointed us and appointed us to do even before the foundation of the earth. Go onto my website, share this video. Hopefully it will bless somebody that may just be going through, that may just need a little bit of a touch from God, that may just need a little bit of encouragement, that may just need a little bit of just healing. And instead of us waiting on a breakthrough, praying for a breakthrough, let's begin to be the breakthrough for someone else. Instead of us praying for a miracle, travailing for a miracle, let us begin to be the miracle in someone else's life. I hope this video has helped you as much as it has helped me. Go on to www.coachkellyspeaks. Go into my website. I have a few stories, different things. You can also purchase my books. I'm having a sale on my finisher book for $5. So I hope you can go and purchase that book, share it with someone who hasn't been able to finish their projects. But there's a finisher in you. I will see you soon, and good night, sweet sleep.